before I start, I just want to tell you that reducing lower back injuries, having good posture, having good alignment is not something that you're just going to have without some work. There's no magic pill, there's no magic shot, or there's no magic potion that's going to get you good posture, good health, good circulation. It's got to be part of a healthy lifestyle. So we're going to talk about a couple of components to having a healthy lifestyle tonight. The good news is that all of us were born with a strong core. Okay, so here's some notes coming out. And let's just start at the top. We can read it together. I can read it for you. So what is the core anyway? You actually have two cores. You guys all heard of the core? Yeah? Core? Okay. We all know that the core is something that's around the stomach muscles and the back muscles. And if you have a strong core, you can have a strong posture. And if you have a weak core, you have weak posture, you have all of the kind of health problems associated with a lot of pain. So you actually have two cores, an inner core and an outer core. The outer core consists of the back muscles and abdominal muscles. So the muscles that you see in the mirror, the six pack, all that, those are the outer muscles, those are the outer core, okay? Your inner core are the ones we're gonna focus on tonight, are all the muscles that surround and touch and attach to the spine itself, okay? Those are the ones you can't see, but those are the ones that we all need to focus on in this workshop. So think of this example. You see that radio tower right there, that picture of the radio tower? Like the one pictured here, the center pole is the inner core. All the supporting wires that you see are the outer core, okay? So I wrote there, if you pull too hard on the wires, the tower will surely fall. Because when I talk to a lot of people about going to 24-hour fitness, or they go to Powerhouse Gym or at home, they talk about doing a lot of sit-ups and back extensions. Whenever you're doing sit-ups and back extensions, which are these, you're working the outer core muscles. Okay, so whenever your body is moving, sit-ups, extensions, you're working the outer core. If you do too much outer core stuff, too much stomach twisting and medicine ball and things like that, you will strengthen the outer core, which means those wires that are holding the radio tower are getting too strong someplace. And if they pull too strong, they actually weaken the inner core. Okay, so we need to find a balance, and we need to learn how to strengthen the inner core. The same thing happens when people strengthen the abdominal muscle by doing hundreds of sit-ups. The strong abdominal muscles weaken the inner core, okay? The good news is that we all started with a strong core. Question, have you ever observed a toddler sit? So someone maybe between 1 and 6 years old, you put them down here on the table, on the chair, and how do they sit? They always sit up straight. There's no kid that's 1 or 2 years old that does this, okay? They always sit up straight. And the reason is that as kids, our inner core starts out strong because we need a strong core in order to learn how to walk. There is a tremendous amount of core strength that needs to happen for us to stand up from 4 to 2, okay? If you can imagine a dog or a cat standing up on 4 on top of 2, you see them, they're like this. It takes a lot of strength for them to stand up that way. We had that from birth. We just need to learn how to find it again and strengthen our inner core, okay? So as we get older though, we become lazy with our posture and our inner core weakens. So when our inner core muscles get weak, our spine can shift out of place. I'll show you this. So when all the muscles that attach to your spine, the inner core muscles, when they get weak, what happens is your spine can do this. It can create what we call subluxations, okay? So when you're subluxated, the muscles in your core are weaker, they react slower, they get tired more often, easier. 4, they're less coordinated, and 5, they're more prone to injury. So getting regular chiropractic adjustments helps keep the core strong, and these exercises that we're learning today will help you to hold your adjustments longer, okay? So turn on to the back page. For optimum posture, we must develop a strong core. And what I want you to remember is a strong core is the difference between a full can of soda and an empty can of soda. if you have an empty can of soda, because my son and I, we do the recycling in our house, an empty can of soda, okay, but a full can of soda would be, all the pressure in that full can of soda is what I want for all of your core. Okay, so just keep that in mind. So here are the 4 best core stability exercises. Jason, can you help me? Okay, first of all, let me just introduce this to you, okay? You don't have to have this. I'm going to use this, but I'll show you how to do it on the ground or on the table, just the same. This is Jason. He's going to help us in just a second. This ball, Jason, grab that other red one right there. First of all, this is the ball that we used to use originally. These are fine, except they are a little bit different in the fact that now they come out with these kind of balls that are what they call slow deflate system. So if you were to roll over a tack on the ground in your house, this would go and your okole would hit the floor fast, okay? Not good. If you did the same thing with this ball, it has what they call a slow deflate system. It would pop and it would take 10 minutes for this to get flat. So if you can, there's a lot of safer balls out there. Don't always just go for it cheap, okay? The second thing is, Jace, come sit on this. How to measure yourself if the ball is the appropriate size for you. Okay, so when you sit on the ball, your knees should be at 90 degrees. So turn to the side. How's this ball for Jason? Is it about right? Okay. How's this ball for me? Okay. Can you see that? It's too small. You see my knees? It's way too small for me. Okay. So, but for some of you, probably 5 feet and under, this is your friend right here. Okay. So we'll leave that over here for some of us. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is number 1. The first exercise that's one of my favorites is called the prone plank exercise. Warren, why don't you help me over here? Okay, I'll let you do it on the table, okay? So the prone plank, you're gonna start on your elbows, right here. On the table. Yep. Jason, you're gonna start behind the ball on your knees, and you're gonna put your elbows on top of the ball. So get behind the ball here, on the floor with your knees, put your elbow on the ball like this, and now, okay, wait, just kneel for now, and just put the ball away from you like that. Hold it like that, there you go, okay? So right now, Jason's doing it on the ball. He's keeping his spine like a plank, okay? Just hold right there. Okay, now, on the table, same thing, lift up. And what you wanna do is you wanna keep your back straight. He's doing it on his knees. If you can, challenge yourself a little bit more. Try to get onto your feet. Okay, this is the plank right here, okay? On the floor or on the table. This is called a prone plank. Can you see what Jason's doing here? You can rest now. Okay, I don't want to burn you out in just one exercise, okay? Okay, keep your elbows together, a little closer. So the further away from his body the ball goes, the more stress and challenge he's going to put on his core, okay? But remember now, both of these exercises, they're not moving. If they were moving, what core are they working, inner or outer? Because they're holding their pose, they're recruiting the inner core muscles, which is the ones we really want to focus on, okay? You can always turn this into an exercise where you're coming in and going out and coming in. You remember that wheel that they used to have? Like that? That's, now that you're moving, which core? Outer, okay? So Jason right now, we're focusing on working the inner core. So he's right here. Back is flat, elbows on the ball. Now the reason this ball is so good is because it adds another level of instability. It requires your body to stabilize it. Whereas Warren, come up again, he's got this really stable table or the floor that won't move. Okay, so it's hard, but it's not as challenging as the ball. Okay? Okay, now, okay, you can rest now. Very good, Warren. Okay, so that's the plank. And if you master this, you can always go to the side. There's side planks too, okay? Where you would hold your body up like this, okay, on the sides, okay? So that's number 1, it's called the prone plank. Number 2 is called the supine bridge. So, you know how to do it? the bridge on your back.
On the back.
Okay, so you come here. I'll show you how to do this. You just sit here like this on the table and walk yourself out like this until you're up like this, okay? On your back.
On the back.
No, you're right there. Okay, so this is called the supine bridge. You can see that the goal of this exercise is, like Jason's doing, is to keep his midsection, his core flat like a table, okay? Same thing here. See how Warren's is kind of dropped right here? We want to pick it up. That's a little more challenging. This is really, now he's really engaging his inner core. Feel that?
This is easier than the first one.
Okay. He said it's easier than the first one, okay? Okay, so right now, let me just come over here. Jason's got his feet together. Do you think the feet together are easier or feet apart is easier? Okay, so if he spread his feet apart, there's a wider base, a lot more stable, okay? But Jason's done this before, so he can cheat a little bit and get in here and really challenge his core. But can you see how he's kind of fighting to stay up? Okay, that is really tremendous work for his inner core right now, okay? So he's keeping it up and he's also fighting the ball this way, okay? So if you can master this, then you're ready for that. Okay, so when you're done, when he's done with this, just sit. Okay, you too, you can just sit. Okay, good. Okay, so we did prone plank. We did the supine bridge, okay? Prone Superman. Okay, so turn onto your stomach, here. Here, you can put your stomach there. All you're gonna do is you're just gonna do that. Put your arms straight out like that. And you're gonna put your, yeah. Okay, so he's lifting his upper body off. The only thing that's touching the table is his midsection, but everything else is up. And he's having to use his inner core to hold his body up like this. See that? This is supine, this is the Superman, okay? So prone is face down, supine is face up. Okay, so first one, plank, then the supine bridge, and now the prone Superman. So those are three. Okay, we're gonna try this later, so watch closely, okay? Okay, the last one we're gonna do, and you can stay in this position. Come up a little bit higher probably. Go ahead, show us. Come on, Jason. You can keep that hand on the floor. Keep your right hand on the floor. Okay, good. So he's got his hand and his foot touching, but these are nice and straight. So try to reach out there and try to reach back here with that. Okay, now hold it. When he's in this position, once he gets in this position, he should count 10 honest breaths. 10 honest seconds, okay? So 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, like that, and then switch. Right now he's focusing at a spot, and don't forget to breathe, okay? So try and do this here. Okay, so you can do it on the side of the couch, you can do it on the side of a chair, you can do it on the floor. If you wanted to, you could do it right on the floor. Just lift up like that, okay? Okay, switch. So you can do it on the chair. If I wanted to, I could do it right here. There. You don't need any special equipment.